Hi guys. So it's like 4 o'clock in the morning on the 17th, which is my birthday. We're going to open some Happy Meal. I did open it up just so there wasn't so much noise, and I'll try to talk as loud as I can without waking everybody up. I thought this might be the only time I can get to film today, and I've been gone pretty much all weekend. We were doing stuff, and so anyway, I got a package from Cynthia McAdams, and she said she was sending me a package, and I was super excited. And I won't show you the card because, well, it talks about, being birthday naked. So thank you so much for that card. That made me giggle as soon as I opened it up. I was laughing a lot. And so some people listen when you talk, and I appreciate that. I'm looking at my other screen and I'm trying to multitask here. I'm sorry, I keep looking that way. But when you tell somebody that you like green and they go out of their way to make sure everything is green, it's so exciting. So I'm just going to pull things out of here and show you guys. And I got beads, which I love these beads. These are some of the beads that I use. And they're all different colors. So we got blue. There was a pink set, like a white and a black set. I'm sorry about the glare. Can you tell I got some sun? My freckles are coming out. A gold and brown set. And then this has got 4 notepads in this. This is great. And they're all little foxes. And it says be kind, be clever. I'm not sure what the rest of them say, but look at that little fox. Can I get it? There we go. How cute is that? And then a little bag. Put stitch markers in, or my crochet hooks in the bottom of my other bags that always get lost in between the yarn. If I have to put this downstairs before my kids steal it, but it's a little fluffy pin. It reminds me of not Whoville, but the one with the Sneeve, where they talk about cutting down trees. That kids show. But this is a pen, green pen with polka dots, and then some letter beads that'll help with the stitch markers that I've been doing, and a green water bottle, which I need for outside. The kids keep stealing mine. Can't imagine with 4 kids that they would steal it. If I get to eat, you can't imagine I'm this big and I still eat because they always steal my food. These will help because these are little post-it notes for when you're doing your patterns. Even on my computer, I can stick them on my computer and look at it that way. It's a pain when you're trying to look at a pattern and you can't keep your place. Another pen with a donut on it. And some green tote bags. I might have my mom put some Circuit stuff on here. Cricut? Maybe it's Cricut. I always get that mixed up. Cricut stuff, and put some crochet sayings on there. And then another notebook. It's green, of course. And then we have yarny goodness. Now this is some Scarfy yarn. And it's called, this one is Cream and Silver. You can see that. And another Cream and Silver. And then there's 2 in here that are mint. mint and silver. And they do have some wool content, so I'm going to be, it's not a lot of wool content. It's 22%, so I'm going to be careful and see how I do with that. If nothing else, I can make it for the craft fair if I can't use it for myself. So I think that'll be really pretty, either in some scarves. It is a 5, a bulky weight, so maybe I could even make some of those, I could hold it double and make some big button cowls with it too, maybe. So, thank you so much, Cynthia. Not sure if you go by both or one or the other. Appreciate all of that. And I'm doing this, at, like I said, at 4 o'clock in the morning, so my kids don't see everything, otherwise they'll want to play with it all. Okay, everything back in the box. Heard no my noise here. So, this is the one and only tattoo that I have thus far. It's called a triquetra, so since you could see it, I figured I should tell you about it. But I got about, I hate needles. I've always hated needles because I was real sick as a kid. And they got about this far, so just this first little piece here, and I about passed out. My face was all white, and I knew I was passing out because I've had a child before, and I could feel the signs. And she looked at me and she's like, let's stop, let's take a sugar pill and so you don't pass out. She gave me that sugar pill and I was fine afterwards. It must have been just like the amount of adrenaline that came through my body and said, no, you can't handle this. You need something. The next package I got was from Becca with Mama Hodge Crochet. Becca, you are such a sweetheart. You didn't have to send me anything. Here I'm thinking it's for, for the mail, and I'm thinking, oh, she sent me hats already, but no, it's a birthday. So here's the card, and it's even like printed in there and everything. It says, happy birthday, my Yarny sister. May this next year be filled with new experiences and happy new memories. Becca with Mama Hodge Crochet. And I don't care that the yarn is thin. It is, I've already peeked. Again, I opened it so I wasn't too loud. But she had it all packaged. Back when we were little, and when people had newspapers, we wrapped everything in the comic strips. So anything you got from my aunt would always be wrapped in comic strips. But she sent me some yarn, who happens to be from Minnesota. Like, how exciting is that? That's like a state away. But it says it's baby soft bamboo cotton. And I'm going to guess that's a 1, if I'm not mistaken. It would probably, it looks like it's good for socks. But what I'm going to do, believe it or not, is I'm going to make some Christmas ornaments out of it. And it's cotton, so I can starch it and it should hold up just fine. It's actually, it's a darker green than what it's showing up in the picture. But there is 4 balls of that, so that'll make a lot of ornaments, just considering. And I've got the small crochet hooks to do that with. You guys, I have so many small crochet hooks that I've picked up at like Savers and Goodwill and that kind of thing. So got lots of stuff to work with that. Let's see, we're at 9 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna do my Amazon haul that I got. I got some more. Got some stuff to make more stitch markers. So here's a whole bag of charms that I will separate and try to make into sets. And then, oops, dropping stuff. Some of you asked for the lever back instead of the lobster claws, so I got some of those. They're in a silver plated. And then I did get larger lever-back hooks, so they're not so small as the ones I had before. Again, sorry about the glare. It's all in shiny packaging. And then I went and got, tried to get some, like, pulls like Terry did from Yarn Joy podcast. And she's like, well, you could get the one with the bigger package. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll probably do that because, you know, with all the crochet, the booths and stuff that I'm going to have, I figured that would be a good idea. Well, there's considerably smaller than the one that Terry used. But I think the kids will still be able to get that on a, sorry about the crinkling, on their backpacks. So, I mean, it's still big. So you could, for a lanyard or a backpack, or even for a, not for a stitch marker maybe, but maybe something else. Or keychain, I don't know. It might work for a keychain. But, whole bag of those, so I'll be busy. And so I got all that, and all that came while I was gone this weekend. So I knew they were coming, and I thought, okay, Dawn, go outside, make sure that you get my packages. And then I stopped at a Walmart along the way, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to check out their clearance, because a lot of Walmarts have like a crafty clearance right now. And I got these. I don't know if you can see those, but they're little like screw tips that you can put into your furniture. I'm going to put them into my car because the whole top of my car, the fabric above my head is like falling down. There's only ever been one owner besides me, and so it's falling down. But anyway, those are only 50 cents each. And then I got some buttons, wood buttons that are 50 cents. I hit the jackpot. I was super excited when I got all this. I got 2 buttons like this, big buttons. Those were 75 cents each. They were normally like $5. I'm not paying $5 for one button. And then a drawstring stopper, which I thought, if I'm going to be making bags that with all that cotton yarn, that would be a good idea. That was only 50 cents. And then they had these buttons. They're smaller buttons, but I thought, well, I could still use them for something shiny. And a row counter. So that'll help. And I've never owned one before, and it was only $1. So I thought, well, okay, we'll try it. So there's that, and then I dropped. These are wood buttons too, but they're brown. I got that whole package for 50 cents. Thought that was well worth the money. Sorry about my leaning over. I guess we'll just keep going. We'll just do the Happy Mail and this, and then I'll do some of the stuff I've been working on. I did go, like I said, with some girlfriends on a trip, and there was a lot of downtime. Driving in Minneapolis makes me a little nervous, and so I had my hook with me all the time. I didn't look up. I let her drive. And so I did get a lot done. Now, believe it or not, I made 4 octopuses on the way there, and one of my friends' girlfriends came and stopped by with her kids, and they've been having some problems, and I had heard about it and knew, and so part of me said, okay, you need to give those 4 octopuses, because there was 4 kids in that van traveling all the way across the United States, and you needed to give those 4 octopuses to those kids, and so I did, and that made my heart just like, that was what I was called to do, and so that's what I did it. But anyway, so those 4 octopuses are gone, and then I also made, you know how I said I was going to make some fingerless mittens to go with that Jiffy yarn, that rainbow colored, kind of a darker rainbow colored yarn. I was making the fingerless mittens, and then the lady, another girlfriend that was with us, said, "Hey, I like that. Can I buy that from you?" I'm like, "Okay." So she got that, and then I had enough left. I was gonna make some other things, and so she's like, "Well, can you make me an ear warmer?" I'm like, "Okay." So I did that, and I had just enough yarn. I made it. Ended up making a 2-button cowl from Rel's pattern too, from the Dabbling Hook, and so I sold the whole set for $30 because I knew her, you know, and I made it all while we were sitting there. So I sold that while I was gone too. But I did make some other stuff still. I was, you know, you're gone for so long, and downtime and me, I don't do so well. So I made some other things, and again, it's all scrap yarn. This is just a freehand turtle. I just did, I believe, up to 36, and then I did the same way Laurel did the back loop. I did the back loop on the one side, and then I continued to close it, and then I went back and made my stitches this same as the octopus for the feet. I did some single, half double, double, triple for the tail, and then the feet, and then I chained 5, closed off. As I was going around, I chained 5, and then I came back and added the head. So there was no sewing on pieces. It was just free form. And I don't know. I might add some, you know, like little black eyes or something on there, but I don't know if it needs it. So, and this was yarn sent from me from Kim, I think over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years. So that, and then from that same ball of yarn, this is what I had left. And so just a little, I think this will be one of the backpack buddies, and I'll just put little embroidered eyes on him. And I just did some chains and a single crocheted back, I think. Yeah, single crocheted back. So I think he's just so cute. He's just so tiny. And then I was attempting to enter Ella from No Catchy Names Christmas Cal, and I was trying to get it in with the deadline, and I was trying to figure out something for Christmas. Well, I crocheted around a pop top, and I was going to make a snowflake. Well, my snowflake turned out to be a little monster. So I had made these. It's like a picot stitch down here. I chained, did a picot stitch, slip stitch, picot stitch, slip stitch. Well, he looks like a monster. He's got 4 limbs and a head, and this is his hair, crazy hair up here. And then I've got some leftover yarn. But this could be, either I'll make it into a magnet, or I might attach a little thing back here and make it into a bookmark for the make-along. Because I think the kids will think he's kind of creepy and fun. Little boys will. I like him, and I'm a girl, but so I thought I could make some more of those. And then the little pop top in here just gives him some character, I guess. So there's that. Like I said, I left the strings on just in case I want to change something on it. So right after my last video, I just kept working, but I popped these out like right after the last video I did that night. This tail's a little smaller than the other one. Again, same concept though as the octopus with the back loop, just came back and added. I did embroider some eyes on this one. This is Red Heart. It was just a leftover ball. It was like an Americana striping yarn, I think. But the way this pulled up here, I was like, nope, that's got to be a turtle. And so that's the turtle. And here's the octopus in the same yarn. And all the feet turned out blue, which I thought was just perfect. This is just the way the ball turned out. And added a little cricket smile in there for him. So these guys are buddies. And there's a little worm somewhere. I don't know. It's lost in my stuff, but I made a little worm. But I used up the whole ball that I had. And then I had some, this was a red heart color. I'm not sure exactly which color it was. But there's a big octopus and then some smaller keychain or backpack buddies. And half the legs all turned out, just because the way it pooled, half the legs turned out one color and half the legs turned out another. So, even on the big one, you see different color legs, but that's okay. They're for kids. They're not going to care. Just because us adults want all the colors to be perfect. But there's that little set. Like I said, these will probably be keychains or backpack pulls. And this one will go on my craft fair. And you guys, I've been just grabbing, like I said, just the scrap balls and going, right? And this is what those other 4 octopuses were made out of, was this ball. And all I had left was this. So I've got a little piece of string about this big left out of the scrap ball that I had. But here is the last of that colorway that I did. And I just crocheted a chain, came back with a half double crochet and a single crochet, and then slip stitch towards the end. And all my octopuses are different. They're hardly ever the same. So there's that one with the squiggly legs. And here is my big boy. So I had a leftover skein. I think it's blueberry. It's a red heart color, but it changes like from a green to a blue. I made one of my rosy wraps with it, and this octopus turned out perfect. So I took this yarn, which is one of those kind of funky yarns. You see how it's got white and blue, but it's just kind of funky, right? So I took this yarn and held it together with that red heart yarn. And this is how the octopus turned out. And he's kind of green, like a sea green on top. But it just made it into like a variegated and darker on the bottom. And this one I went up to, I think I went up to 42 stitches. It might have been 48. But anyway, so, and he's got I might add a smile on him. I'm not really sure if he needs one or not, but I used every bit of that yarn. I actually had to add just a little bit of blue, but you can't really tell. It was a red heart blue I added on one of the limbs, but it was only for 10 stitches, so you can't tell with the variegated. But he's got the longer arms. Again, left that back loop so I could attach the arms later. And these are double crochets in the bottom, 3 on the end, just so it would have like a little nub. Double crocheted and then half double all the way down. So I think he turned out cute. But here we go. This will be my thumbnail. So there's that. Again, I just held double with this yarn, and I used a 6.5 millimeter hook to do that one. I got this one done this morning, or yesterday morning. It probably took me maybe 2 hours, but that was just straight through. The kids let me work yesterday, and I got a lot done. And then I finished another 2-button cowl. This is definitely a size 6 yarn. And I think it is, the kids took my ball band. But you can tell it's a 6 yarn. It's a Lion Brand yarn. I think I kind of like it's definitely cozy, and it's soft. It's thick. I'm not sure if this big one is for me, but I gotta add buttons yet. I have to find some that'll actually go with this. And again, I did the second option, the thinner option in the back. You can tell, kind of just a little skinnier in the back. So that's made up. And I was gonna do a headband, but with this yarn, it's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of stiff. I even used a 9mm instead of the 8mm. And I won't put it on. My hair's already a mess. But I might pull it out and try to make some fingerless gloves instead. So that's where that's at. And then I was thinking about Debbie when I made, I got a bunch of tulle from Savers one day, and they had their 50% off Bath and Body, or Bed Bath and Body. And so these were, it says $1.99, but it was only $1 each, and they were full brand new skeins. I think I've showed those before. But this is one of the scrubbies I made, and I left a little tie on there. And I added the little bobble stitches just so there was some extra texture. And the ends aren't woven in yet, but that'll get done. I'll make sure all that stuff is all finished, you know, like right before the craft fair. I'll just be doing ends and stuff. But so that's all I've got for today. Again, if you are participating in the Make Along for Charity, Make Along for Garfield, for the kids, be sure to put your photos excuse me, in the Make Along folders on Facebook or on Ravelry, and so we can get those listed. If you don't want to be a part of the prizes, you don't have to. My address is listed on Facebook and on Ravelry if you are sending stuff for Garfield. The deadline for the MAL, or for the Make Along for the prizes, is August 2nd or August 11th. But if you're sending stuff, just let me know. If you want to send stuff after that date, you sure can. You know, if you're not interested in the prizes, it's a charity mail. I mean, you can send it after August 11th. Doesn't matter to me. Just let me know that you're sending stuff, and I can, so I'm prepared for that. Anyway, if you haven't heard of the MAL, please go over and look at the questions answered video for the Make Along. We're making wearables for the Garfield Elementary School here where I live. They're a Title IX school, and so in order to go outside, they have to have hats and gloves, and a lot of those kids will either lose them or forget them, and they can't go outside for recess if they don't have them. South Dakota, we have several days in a row where they're not able to go out for recess anyway, and so if they happen to be one of those kids that forget it, then they're missing more recess, they're missing more outside time and more sunlight. And so there's that part of the MAL, the makeable wearable part of it, and then there's the little amigurumi backpack pulls, or backpack buddies, as Terry from Yarn Joy says. Bookmarks, you can make bookmarks, little toy amigurumis, anything that you think a kid would like. And I know that a lot of people are working on those, and like I said, I've been gone, so I'm going to catch up on all the videos. I appreciate all the shout outs, you guys, from this last week, for my birthday and for the Make Along, and to get me past 500. As of tonight, or this morning, I believe we are at 550. I think we're there, 549, something like that. So thank you so much, and I will get up some more videos soon. I'll let you know if any more packages come in, and we'll do a video for that. But I'm going to welcome in 40 with a bang, and I'm going to stay positive, and I'm not going to let other people take that away from me. So anyway, with that, I love you all. You guys take care, and gray hair and all, I'm going to bring 40 in with a bang. So take care. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cindy and Becca, for sending that stuff. I appreciate it. Take care.